Alrighty. So we have NAMM as the topper. I've changed some things around for the changed some stuff around for the our face. Right now, instead of sorting by change percent, it sorts by volume. And I think I'm going to change the 1 minute volume to like a 3 minute to 5 minute volume. I do that this weekend and then still sort by volume because it really doesn't, excuse me, it really doesn't matter if you are up 100%. If you don't have volume, it ain't going to work. So FDMT popped up on our ball. FDMT, I mean, it's already at the third top. We have BTAI that is cranking. BTAI is cranking. We got BTAI right now. It's got a big, huge topping tail forming on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, it's bouncing off the EMA. Like if we jump down to a 15-second chart, let's see what we got here. Okay. FDMT. I mean, it's 7 o'clock, so you know the traders are going to be coming to their desk. This BTAI. BTAI is up 28%. We had FDMT that was on the R vol, so that kind of popped, as you can see here, but that's selling off. NAMM was our leader this morning, starting around 6. That's selling off. BTAI, they might run with that. Could have gotten a pop on that, got yourself 5 cents already. We kind of sold off. We kind of came down to the non-EMA, and then we popped up right here at 155. Got up to 160. Can you get to 165? 163, 160. Yeah, so you got that 165. So that's pretty good. All right, let's just check the stream to make sure everything's working. So you got yourself 10 cents already. That BTAI, we got a pumper on that right now. Okay, live. See if the latency, ultra low latency. I think everything's good. Alrighty. So right off the bat on the stream, we got a banger. BTAI right at 7 o'clock. Got a banger. BTAI. BTAI. BTAI 155. You went all the way up to 175, so that's 20 cents. That is pretty good. That was 3. All right. Now, earlier this morning, we had another trade, NAMM. It wasn't all that good. NAMM. I mean, if you're looking, if you've already got this run up, came down right here, you got this pop right here. I mean, look at the volume on that, 200,000. You can't complain about that at all. I see you got in 155, 156. Let's say 160, and you already got 170. That's 10 cents. Maybe you were a little slow, didn't have your coffee yet. We got a banger up here. Are we going to break 180? Are we going to break 180 and go to 2? Are we going to get 2 on BTAI? Are we going to get 2? Give me $2. I want my $2. BTAI, we got news on that bad boy. 7 a.m. We got some news on BTAI. We didn't even care about the news. All we saw was the volume coming in. We got BTAI. BioXcel Therapeutics announces last patient last visit in Serenity at Home pivotal phase 3 safety trial for acute treatment for agitation associated with bipolar disorders. Okay. I'm not even going to try to say or that word right there. No, not going to say that. Gonna make myself sound like a fool. All right, just sitting here drinking my coffee. If you were holding the bag on that thing, you might want to reconsider your situation. If you were holding the bag, oh, don't be buying up here and then dumping down holding the bag. No, you buy down here, you sell up here to the bag holders. Okay, buy down here, you sell up to the bag holders. That's how the game's played. We have NAMM, but that's got 77,000. We don't care about that. But let's take a look at NAMM. NAMM, yeah, still a turd. Well, NAMM was not a turd earlier. NAMM gave us a little pop right there, a little pullback. But right here, we broke right here and we popped up and we kind of pulled back a little bit. But you got to look at the 5-minute right here. 5-minute, we had a nice little run up here, and then we had a pullback, bounce off the VWAP, session VWAP. Put yourself a little indecision candle there. We got a break of the indecision, which at 794. So at 794, we had a break right here of 794. We had the break of that candle. We came up. We came back down to the EMA. If you missed that, then you could get on the break of that, get yourself 8080, let's say 810, get up to 830, yourself about 20 cents. Yeah. ETAI scanner went a little crazy and kind of lost some stuff. I updated some stuff on the server, so I updated the list on the server and I'm kind of testing things out. That's why it's in beta. So that's the server's running. I might have to get myself a bigger server. I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. Hold off on that a little bit. Okay, so all that information came back. I need to look into why that is, but I got so much to do with this thing. Let's see. I wonder if it's just because 700 more is not going to matter. So, all right, I'm searching for the list that I'm building. We've got like close to 4,000 stocks that we're trading. There's 10,000 little pumper and dumpers on the NASDAQ. We got like 10,000, but not all of them are equal. Some of them are pretty crap. And right now, the market cap, right now, I am not searching for like the float right here, pre-market movers. Now, the float right here as you can see right here on FDMT, is 41 million. Because, and we have a float of BTAI of 5 million. Now, BTAI has already traded 4 million, so it is almost round tripped once. Now, it's already round tripped once. So, yeah, it's already round tripped once. Now, I'm searching for stocks that are between $1 and $25. Do this. $1 and $25. And a market cap of 1 million to 1 billion. And that's given us close to 4,000 stocks. So that's given us close to 4,000 stocks. And also the news kind of went away. And I'm kind of getting an idea of, because right now I'm building the list and then I build out the news and then have another section of the code that builds out the news for this and it updates. So it might have to wait. Yeah. I have to change some times on this. These are just small little things that need to be fixed. But from my experience as a software engineer, sometimes those small things are not that small. They seem small, but then once you jump in and really think of the logic, out into a big task. There's been times when I've told a project manager, oh, I can get that done in a couple hours. 2 days later, it's done. And I look at him or her, I said, well, sorry about that. I kind of misjudged that. Oh, well. You know, as a junior program, you can do that. But once you start getting 2-3 years of experience, they expect you to be pretty accurate. Once you're over 5 years, they want you to be on top of your game, which you really should be. But sometimes I jumped into a project and, you know, I didn't know the code that well. Wow, look at the float. Float. Sometimes the float, when I see, this is why I'm searching for 1 million to 1 billion market cap, because the float we're getting from the SEC filings, and sometimes that stuff is just crap and it doesn't give you anything. And as you can see here, I'm looking at the server right here. I'm making sure things are okay. I didn't mean to have you look at that. Yeah. I'm just looking to make sure everything's on par. Let me drag this over to another screen. Using, drag that over to another screen. WebSocket connections. Good. So it's updating. Look at that. Nice update. Okay. BTAI, we got news. We know about that. NAMM, FDMT. FDMT really didn't do anything. BTAI gave us a nice little trade right at 703. See, they kind of knew the news. Once it hit, kind of came down, and it really came down. I mean, it really spiked down. This is that candle. Oh, and then it came back up. That's why. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it came back up. That's why it's got that little tail right there. But if you look at the 5-minute, we got a little indecision. We're forming the VWAP. This is why I don't have the VWAP up here on the. This is why I don't have the VWAP on the 1 minute. As you can see right there, there's the VWAP. But it kind of like you're not going to get an accurate decision that you can make right here. Yeah, I really need to fix that. What's happening is there's just too much for it to search through, and it's taking a little too long. Yeah, I don't have the strongest server because I'm do this as cheap as possible because, well, I need to. Not until I get some revenue coming in. So I should read the cache. Quite a bit of a large. MSW at 25,000, 13,000 change. ATR of 4 cents, but volume's 25,000. Let's take a look at MSW. MSW, there's nothing there. NAMM, there's nothing there. BTAI is our topper right now. BTAI is just grinding sideways. So what we had a run up, we had a pullback. If you got in on that candle right there at 855, your stop's at basically 138. So that was kind of 855, 45, 30. It's almost about 15-cent stop. Got like 5, 10, 15, yeah, 18-cent stop, something like that. And you made yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 cents. So you got a little 1-for-1 right there. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna need a bigger server. This thing's getting hammered. You look at this. This is the CPU. This is the CPUs. I've got a 8 right here, and they're just getting hammered with that list of about 4,000. And they are just getting hammered. And I wrote the code as multi-threaded, so it is just churning through that 4,000 list and running the logic, and the system's getting hammered. Right now, I'm not going to update the server. Let's see how much. See how much data. Yeah. Um, BTI is still at 190,000 volume. So yeah, that's doing good. But I mean, as you can see here, it ran up and then the volume's kind of drifting off. So we ran up. We got a huge volume, red candle right there. But you should have already made your money right there. 1,000 shares would have netted you $150, $200. So looking at these servers, wow, 16 cores. Yeah, so in the future, I'm going to be looking to update this stuff like every 20 seconds, every 10 seconds, to be honest. I'm going to need one heck of a system, quite honest. I mean, the WebSocket's doing fine. The WebSocket is doing fine. But I just can't connect 4,000 symbols to a WebSocket. I'm limited. I am limited to 2,000 symbols to a WebSocket. That's what I'm limited to. Boom, are we going to break the highs? Are we going to, if we break 180, we could run to 2. There ain't much else that they're pushing. They could break 185 and run that bad boy to 2. All right. Are we going to break 185? Come on. Got about 10 cents to go. Let's go. Got it sloping up. If we break this 180, we could go to 2. Well, I said 185, but if we break 180, we can go to 2. Well, hypothetically, we could go to 2. You know, there is a thing that I got to do. Come on, break the 180, go to 2. 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 Oh, come on, buyers, push that bad boy. Oh, we got 183, 184, 185. We got 180 to 185. We might get a slight pullback to the non-EMA. We got the volume kicking in. We're going to 190. Come on. Come on. Push it. Come on. 8,000, 5,000. Come on. The bids got 10,000 on 185, I think. We're going to be holding it. We got 184, 186. What we need some big orders coming in. We need some big orders coming in. We got 500,000 volume on this right now. As you can see, BTAI, we had news on this thing. It was a phase 3 safety trial for acute treatment of agitation associated with bipolar disorders. We got 190. I think we did hit 190. I think we hit 190. We're trying to get to $2. We broke it at 180. If we broke at 180 and you got to 190 and that's starting to stall, you could probably do a quarter to a half position sell. We got the volume on the selling. If you look at that, if that volume picks up and it comes up right here, we're going to be coming back down to 180. But the non-EMA is at 175. If we come down, we could kiss the non-EMA and then we can shoot to 2, or we can dump this thing all the way back to $1.50. You should have had your hand on the trigger at 180. Right now you got 10 cents. You got 190. But you want to see right up in here, you want to see large orders right up in here. Right now we're at 187, 189. We need some big orders up in here on the ask. People hitting it. I'm trying to get document. Yeah. Yep, that's what I wanted right there. Make sure you read this trading disclosure. Leave it up there for so you can read it. 193, we got 194, we got 196, we got 196, 2600. Come on, push it, push it, push it. We had a little bounce. We had a slope of the 9 EMA that is going. Are we going to hit this? Or are we going to hit it? Or are we going to hit $2? I don't know. I'm looking at other things. All right. Come on, come on. We have 4,000. Come on, 194, 195. Come on. Gotta keep pushing. We need large orders up in here to push to $2. We need some big orders on the ask so people can slam into it. BTAI had a float of, I don't know how much the float was. Right now, we've already gotten 10 million volumes, so I don't think it really matters about the float. All right, there's the trading disclosure. This content on this channel is for educational and information purposes only. Should not be considered financial or investment advice. Stocks, futures, and Forex trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. You should carefully consider your financial situation and consult with a licensed financial professional before making any trading decisions. The creator of this channel, Christopher Hall, is not responsible for any financial losses incurred from trading or investing based on the information provided. Trade at your own risk. Put a little amendment on there. Don't blow up your darn account. So don't blow up your account. Now, see, this is right here. We got some heavy volume coming in here. So if you're at 180, you need to rethink this. You really need to rethink this. Because right now, we got a 5-minute, and we're going to be forming a topping tail up pretty soon, and we got that topping tail right there forming. You need to rethink your situation right now. We had 180, we got to 195. You easily got yourself 10 cents out of this. Right up in here. Right here, we had a nice push. We had 180, we had the 185, 187. You probably sell about 0.25%. And then you come back down, and then what you do is hold it. I mean, if you could have moved to a break even, or you could move your stop down here and book a little bit of profits, maybe help yourself out if you get stopped out down there. But this is right here. We pushed up, we pulled back, we pushed up. Non-EMA is sloping. You really need to rethink the situation if you're in this thing. And I'm being serious about that. Look at that. The volume is drying up, but that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume right there. A lot of selling volume. Okay, so we got 600,000. We got BTAI. We had news on that thing. All righty. We have a pretty good Friday going. We had a nice slope of the 9 EMA. So we could break the 188 and hit the $2 mark. But if you're going to do that, your stop is down at 176. let's see, 178 for a 10-cent stop. If you're in at 185 and you get to 190, probably move a mental break even, because you're in pre-market. You just can't just slam out those stop orders, those market stop orders. You just can't do that. I'm looking here on the ask. I want to see on the ask this moving up. That's what I'm looking for. I want this moving up. When I say moving up, I'm talking like 186 to 188 to 190. Once this starts going back down to like 180, I really don't want to see that. Right now it's at 183. We got a large order. $184. I really don't want to see that. I want to see the ask. I want to see this climbing. 187. There we go. 188. There we go. It's kind of stalling a little bit. I mean, this right here, this area, I just wouldn't be doing it just because we've got some large volume up in here. If it was like this, about half of that, that would be good. But to be quite honest, you should have made your money all the way right here on this break at 180, and it got yourself 10 cents. Okay, we got 194 on this. We're going to, come on, we got to push the 2. We got to push the 2. Look at the 5-minute. We got a topping tail right there. We got the VWAP that is sloping upwards. We had a bounce off of the 5-minute session VWAP. BTAI has come out with news. FLGT has news, but it has 500 volume. That is nothing. Then we got 194, 192. Oh man, come on, push it. Wow, look at that. 195. People selling it or people buying it. Need people slamming into the ask. Got 190. Look at 10,000, 11,000. We got seller up here at 190. It popped up the little 191. I don't know if we can do it. I don't know if we can do it because we could have a failed attempt on this thing if we do not break that. If we do not break on. Really? Here we go. I thought I was on Light Trader there. If we don't break this right here, and we fail again, it's a possibility that the sentiment is going to be pushing this thing down. And where could we go down? We could probably go down to right here to $1.55. That's probably where the support is. But these, I don't know what the float is on BTAI. Got the server. Server is being hammered. As you can see right here, server is being hammered again. Yeah, that 4,000 list at using is definitely hammering it. Oh well. NAMM, yeah, we got so if you played this at 180, you got yourself 190. I mean, kind of rare you might get the tippy top 195, but if you got in at 180 and you got out at this candle because we kind of rode it up, we broke it. We were making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, which is good. I mean, you can see right there, that's good for making that. And then you get in on the break of that. So, yeah, and that break right there, probably 189. You probably got yourself, you were kind of slow on it, maybe 7-8 cents on that, which is still good. But I don't think you're going to get a 15-cent run because, I mean, right there, 195. I mean, the high that was 197. That's a tippy top. Are we going to, boom, we broke $2. Look at that. Look at that. We had a nice little run up. We had a micro pullback. If you could have got in on the break of that micro pullback. We broke $2 on BTAI. The 5 minutes making higher highs, higher lows. BTAI, we got NAMN. BTAI is broke the $2 mark. Can we get 210? Looking at my server, it's still getting hammered. BTAI is up 48%. I still don't know what the float is. The float's 0. Here, let me take a look at this. What is the float? All right, we're holding $2. Good. How's our know the float? If you go to know the float, we type in BTAI. BTAI. Float 25 million from Yahoo, FinViz 29 million, Wall Street Journal 20 million, Dilution Tracker 28 million. So we got about 25 million float. We've already traded 15 million, so that is pretty good. It's not really considered a low float, but then again, I've updated the list. I am not searching through just low floats under 20 million. The reason I'm not doing that anymore is because I have been missing some trades. But the other problem I'm having is that I basically have doubled the list that the server has to churn through, and it's just the server is getting hammered. And sometimes this list is getting a little crazy, and it doesn't work all that good. But that's okay because update it here pretty soon. BTAI volume 200,000. Yeah, it's kind of shrinking a little bit. Got a volume 218,000. As you can see, it is kind of shrinking a little bit. But we had a break at 724. BTAI. At 703, we had a decent trade right here at 703, and then we broke it right there, broke the high to 180 to try to get a run for $2. We had a pullback. We had a little run there, then we had another pullback, and we had a little run. I probably wouldn't have gotten in on this, which I didn't, because we broke the 9 EMA and we closed below it, and then we kind of spiked down. And I really don't like seeing that. I like seeing this. Right? We kind of spiked down here, which is okay because you're at the very beginning, people taking profits, people trying to get in on the short. And when you break this 180, people are right here you have consolidations. People are trying to short this thing. People are buying it. And once you broke that high right there, the shorts just kind of gave up a little bit, and we got A small little squeeze right there. So, yeah, let me update. That was at 724. Okay, the BTAI is pretty decent. Be honest, I didn't think we would break $2. I didn't think we'd get there. Not at all. And the reason I didn't think so is because of this right here. This area right up in here. It was this area I did not think we would break. Now, this is a pretty good small scalp on a very small starter position to try to get yourself green, build yourself a little buffer for the morning. And this pop right here, this pop was really good because you had a nice tight stop down in here. So you easily had like a 10-cent stop and you got yourself a nice little run. Yeah, see, this list is being hammered. And I'm gonna have to figure something out. Yeah, we're just getting people made their money. The institutions, big dogs are making their money. Now they're selling it. We got some shorts piling in probably. We got the VWAP right here. If the 5-minute breaks the VWAP, that's going to be pretty much done for. Oh, I know what I might be getting hammered. I might have to stop this. Let me log in. One of my providers. Look at the details. No, everything's looking good. That one provider, yeah, so that's not the issue of why this list is not being kept up to date. It's just this right here, the server getting slaughtered. And if you look at that, that's 8 cores, and that thing's getting slaughtered. Yeah, that thing is definitely getting slaughtered, all right. I have nothing there. ANTE, FDMT. Hmm. So for BTAI, I didn't know the float for that. So what I did was I came right in here and I went to know the float. If you go to knowthefloat.com, uh, you can throw in the ticker right there. Go into knowthefloat.com and go to the ticker, know the float. Knowthefloat.com. All you gotta do is just type in ticker BTAI and it'll tell you. Yahoo 24, FinViz 29, Wall Street Journal 20, the Illusion Tracker 28. I'm going to try and get getting the float is kind of difficult. Because you have to go through the document, scan through it, and try to get that information. I wouldn't take. Okay, so if you look at the 5 minute, you got bullish engulfing right there on the 5 minute. I mean, you've got the 5 minute right there. I mean, that's definitely bullish engulfing right there. BTAI is done for, I think. We're bouncing off the VWAP, but the VWAP is kind of flatlining right here. It could be starting to slope down. We got the volume on the 5 minute right there. We had heavy volume right here selling, so we had some shorts, I'm pretty sure, trying to pile in. Then once we broke 180, I mean, uh, once we broke 180, we kind of came up here, and then they kind of pushed it down. Then pushing it down even more. And see, now we're really breaking down. I mean, we're breaking down. I mean, we could go down here. That's where your support is. But yeah, we're really breaking down. I mean, we broke that 5 minute right there. You broke that 5 minute right there, which is this right here. Once you broke that, yeah, that's not a good sign. Not for a, I mean, 25 million, roughly 25 million float. I wouldn't consider it a low floater. Because when I do low floats, it's like 20 million. And even then, that is quite a bit. I mean, I really wouldn't consider this a low floater, but yeah. And see, if you look right here, this is where it's being traded at 178 right here. So you've got a lot of congestion right up in here on the daily. So we kind of closed down here, and then we kind of popped up here because it had news. It had news at 7 a.m. So it had news at 7 a.m. and then we kind of started popping up right here. As you can see right here at 7 a.m., it just kind of popped up, and then FDMT. NAMM was running earlier. I believe there was a trade 6 o'clock. I didn't take it because I was just getting out of bed at 6 o'clock. But yeah, this could be done for. More than likely, you should have made your money here. I wouldn't have traded this just because, and I didn't trade it just because it's below the 9 EMA. But hey, don't listen to me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some redneck trading. And then you broke that 180 right there. So you broke the 180. You got yourself a decent trade right there. This kind of pulled back. I mean, you could have gotten in on the break of that pullback right there. Maybe a double bar break and put your stop like down here. But it's just hard to play. And then we had a little bull flag, which we do like those. We have a bull flag right here. Boom, boom. Get in the break of that. Actually, could have gotten in on the break of the high right there, and you could have gotten on the break of the high right here, and then gotten yourself 197, run it up to 204, get yourself a little bit of little money, little lunch money. But yeah, this was a good trade right here as well, because we had a nice flag pattern. If you got in on starter position right there, and go ahead and do your full position right there. Let's say you're trading 1,000 shares. You can do 500 here, and you can do another 500. You're in 1,000, and then you get yourself a little trade, 195 up to 205. Got yourself 10 cents. Once I get 10 cents on stuff like this, I like selling 25, seeing what it's like. Kind of stalls out. I sell another 25, and once we start breaking, I start dumping. That's how I like to play it. But how you would play that break right here of the 190, is right here, 190. Right now we broke right here because the high, if you look at it, high 179, and then a high 179. So we came up here, came up to the high, and we kind of sold off, but down EMA is sloping up. You are kind of sloping up a little bit right there, but how you can play that break right there is the break was on, that was 179. The break was on this candle right here. The break was on this candle right here was the break. So you get in, let's say it's 179. Let's say you get in at 182 right here. Let's say you get in like right around there at like 182. Your stop is down here. So you're looking at 173, 182. You're looking at a 10-cent stop. And then you come up here and get 192. You got yourself your 10 cents. You can sell half, move to a break even. Of course, you would have gotten stopped out on your break even, but at least you book some profits for the morning. That's how it's played. I mean, because you come up here, you sell 25 and it starts dumping, sell the other half, and you're holding 50% of your position. You move to a mental break even. Once this bar started coming in and we started seeing that volume, you need to start rethinking the trade and start just getting out. You can always get back in. You can always get back in. You can dump it, book a little bit of profits, dump it, and then look what we got. We got another little mini bull flag, and get on the break of that. You add to the position, get yourself another 197. Get yourself another 10 cents. Where would the stop be on the break of this? It would be the low right there. It would be on that low right there. And then you would add to your position. You can do a little starter, then add to your position once it breaks, or you could add it right here once it broke the high. Do a starter right there. If it breaks the high. Once you get that pop, you need to sell. You need to sell into these pops because let's say you're holding let's say you're a big dog. Let's say you big dog like Ross Cameron. Let's say you big dog and you trading like 50,000 shares. Once this thing starts dumping right here on this candle right here, how are you going to be dumping them big dog Ross Cameron shares when nobody wants this piece of crap? And you're going to end up with a loser. That is why I like to sell into pops. Even though I'm not trading large like Ross Cameron, I'm just a small fish. I'm just a little small minnow trying to get up there, be a little bit bigger with the big dogs. Well, you got to sell into the pops. You got to sell into pops, start building your account slowly. I never paid for Warrior Trading Academy stuff. I did. I've never. Now, what I did do. Now, I might want to correct myself. I did not pay for his full course. Uh, I've always been trading. I've been trading for over 10 years, but he had something like it was like $20 for a week or something like that. It was a while back. Yeah, it was like $20 for a week, and I was like, let me spend $20 and hang out for a week and see what it's like. Because I really wasn't interested in the course or anything. I just wanted to see what his channel was like, how he traded, and it's very laid back. It's nice. The thing is, you're not going to be able to follow him because you're not going. By the time he gets in, he's already getting out. By the time he gets in and he's making his profits, you're trying to get in while you're getting in, he's getting out. It's just too fast. That's why uh, you're not looking to just be handed a fish. You need to be taught how to fish. So And if you want to learn how to fish, stick around here and hopefully you'll learn. And the thing is, you don't need to trade my plan. My trading plan, my style, my trading plan, you don't need to do that. You come in here, you can hang out, you can learn some stuff. Just make your own trading plan. Do your own thing. As you can see, we're just kind of grinding down. We're below the session VWAP. The VWAP is kind of flatlined. We're making lower lows right now. Lower highs, lower lows. I had a little inside bar right there. Kind of broke this right here, and now we're just selling. And the server is still getting hammered, as you can see right here. All them cores, them 8 cores are getting slaughtered. Oh, they got a little bit of relief. That 4,000 list, the server is not churning through that list right now. So it got a little bit of relief. Sorry about that, server. I kind of doubled your load a little bit. I doubled your load. But here's the thing, and I got to do the server. It got to a point where I was doing all this on my local machine. I was building the scanner. I was doing everything on my local. And it got to the point where when I was testing it, I had to get a server because I have an M3 MacBook Pro, and it was just getting just slaughtered. Like my charts wouldn't even update. It would take a while for them to update because there was just so many resources just being used, uh, processing resources. So then I just threw it up on the server, and then once I got it stable, I released the beta version. But yeah, I really need to, let's compare this. We got, how many? Look at this. Well, yeah, go back to H-top. It is 8 gigs. I got 8 gigs of memory. So I could bump it up. I really don't need the memory. Actually, we're getting up there because I'm using 4 gigs of memory because I'm throwing stuff into cache. Uh, yeah, might have to jump up to 16 gigs of RAM and 16 cores. 8 o'clock. Algo's kicked in. I knew it was 8 o'clock. I saw that wick and I'm like, oh, 8 o'clock. Little whack job algos are running. Institutions have turned on their little nut jobs. I think I've read somewhere about like 80% of liquidity is from the algos. I don't know if that is true. Could be. I'm not sure. But it's always 8 o'clock spikes. Go with 16 gigs RAM, 16 cores. Hmm. later. That's 8 cores. NAMM, we got movement and AMM. Oh, that was the algos, I bet. FFAI, got FDMT, the RDF. I mean, we've got, yeah, see, there's nothing. This is ATA. This is just from those little algos kicking in. That's all that is. That's just from NAMM. NAMM earlier was doing good. 6 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it was right up in here. We kind of go back to 6 o'clock. Whoops. Back to 6 o'clock, like right up in here. Could have gotten right up in here. We were making higher highs, higher lows up here. Could have started looking for trades up here on the break of this. That was at 6 o'clock. I mean, I'm just getting up at 6, so that's not really a thing. But yeah, you could have gotten in on maybe this run right here. That was a nice 25-50 cent run. Yeah, it was like a 50-cent run right there. Get in on the break of 775, 775, like right here. I had a little run up. You get in on the break of that. 775, you can put your stop down here at 744. I don't know, 30-cent stop, and then you got yourself, let's say 790. Ran all the way up here. Probably got yourself about 25 cents on that pretty easily. But if you look at the 5-minute, the real good trade was right here, up in here. Right here. Slope down, kind of put in a little doji candle right there. Once we broke that right there, then you want to start looking at trades on this candle right here. That was at 620. So at 620, you want to start looking for trades on that. BTAI, I'm not messing with you. Or you're done. So around 620, you have this right here. That's a little hard to play on the 1 minute. Had a spike up here, and we had a touch of the non-EMA. On the touch of the non-EMA, that was at 624. 624, right up in here. Up in here. That was at 802, so right up in here. Yeah, right up in here, you had a run up. It pulled away from the non-EMA, and then this candle here kind of sold off. That was a bullish engulfing candle. The volume is not, volume is right there. So if you got in on the touch, got in right here on the non-EMA, which was forming right there, if you got in on a touch of non-EMA, your stop would be down here. And this is just a trading plan that I'm trying to put together, called the non-EMA bounce. When we extend up and we deviate, like maybe like 2 ATR of NAMM, which the ATR right now is 26 cents, but I don't know what it was at the time. Let's say we get like a one standard deviation up, which would be like up in here, or maybe or anything above one standard deviation. Um, and then you come back down here and you get a bounce on the non-EMA and it touches down on EMA, you can get in. Now, your stop could be down here because if you look at that, that's going to be below the non-EMA. I mean, obviously, your stop's not going to be at these candles here. That's not going to happen. But at the previous low, you look at the one that actually touched the non-EMA, which was this one. I mean, your stop can't be right here, but look at the previous one, at the previous candle where it's going to be below the non-EMA, and that would be right here. So your entry would be 803, and if you really want a tight stop, it could be 796. That's like a 6-cent stop. Or you can go right down here and put it down at 89. Let's say your entry is at 803 and you're down here to 890. That's like a 13-cent stop. And then you get in at, let's say you got in at $8 and it ran all the way up to 837. So that risk reward is huge. And I'm putting together a plan for that. CRDF hit RVOL. I'm putting a plan together for that, but we really have to kind of run up and get at least one standard deviation of the ATR. CRDF. I don't think they're going to run with that. Guy's not doing anything. CAI, NAMM. EMT. It's not doing anything. NAMM. BTAI. I want to see right here. You had to pull off from the non-EMA and BTA. I don't know what the RVOL was on that, but we pulled up. We didn't get, but we had the non-EMA right here, which your stop could be like right here, and you would have gotten stopped out. So it's not always going to work. You would have gotten stopped out right there. But what you can do is you can look at the volume right here. You look at the volume on that candle, comes back, and you've got high volume like that. This candle here is coming close to your stop. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of hard to play. You probably more than likely, I would have gotten just stopped out on a full stop out. It's kind of hard to play the break even because you didn't even really get a chance. And right here, you pulled off of the non-EMA. You got your entry right there on the bounce of that. The non-EMA is sloping upwards, which is good. But this candle right here, once we bounced off of it, if you're not trading above it, you really want to think, and right here, got an indecision candle right there. So you might want to just cut the trade and get out, which would have been smart because you went down. So I'm putting together a plan for that, a trading plan. I really haven't traded it. I paper traded it a little bit. It's doing good results. Uh, do. Let's look at Trading View. The BTAI, yeah. BTAI has relative volume of 1.5. NAMM has a relative volume of 12, which is pretty good. FDMT, RVOL of 8. Really all we have. FDMT has got a little bit of, let's look at BTAI real quick. BTAI, okay, we were already looking at that. BTAI has got an RVOL of 1.5, and it's low because of the trading that was done yesterday or throughout the week. So NAMM, it's got a high RVOL, and that's because it's really not a mover. And then we had FDMT. It's got an RVOL of 8. So that volume, did kick in, but FDMT, you see right here, we had a big spike, came back, we hit the non-EMA, and then we kind of bounced off of it. Once you get a nice bounce, you can, that's like a 5-cent bounce. And if you can't break that high and it starts trading back down, you really need to cut your losses. Why would you take a full stop out right here when your entry's here and you take a full stop out right there when you were in the green, and then all of a sudden it just slams back down and it starts coming back down? Cut the trade. I mean, the commissions are so cheap. I mean, you can cut the trade, and let's say it reverses and then breaks the high. Well, then breaks the high of this candle right here. Get back in if you want. Commissions are so cheap, especially with Lightspeed. I'm switching over to Lightspeed, and the commissions are cheap for interactive brokers as well. I'm just not going with interactive brokers just because they don't like small cap scalpers. They don't like the micro cap scalpers because of rule section of the SEC Rule 144. They enforce it a little different than most brokers do, like Lightspeed and Cobra Trading. They enforce it a little bit different. They assume once you start buying 1% of outstanding shares, which I talked to a guy there, and he said, yeah, if you go in 1% of outstanding shares, you could get flagged, and then they lock you into a trade until the system reviews it. And he said the system will review it and could release you sell. But that could be like 5-10 minutes, and within that time period, you could be locked into a trade. Or it might not release you, and you got to call trade desk. I mean, it's just crazy. So that's why I'm getting away from interactive brokers. And Lightspeed, I'm just waiting for the money to hit the account. ACH transfer is already done. I'm just waiting for the money to hit the account. Hopefully it will be Monday morning, and I'll be on the Lightspeed platform Monday morning, hopefully. Here, I'll be right back. I'm going to about 10-15 minutes. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so BTAI. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, reduce this list. I think that's what I need to do. Need to reduce. Good. BTAI is $1.60. What? Update the server and see if this actually helps. So, uh, probably wrong. Yep. Oh, ready. BTI probably be done for. Okay. Let's see if this helps. Of course. $71. Yeah, 70. Okay. Let's see if that is. All right. Let's go back to this. Stop on that. Okay, good. Hopefully this works. PLD. Okay, but we have NAFMMT. We got BTI at 163, 169 on that. What I am doing is I'm not going to be showing any stock that's under $2 because most of the time you can make money on those, but they really from the stats, $2 and up, between $2 and $25, you make most of the money. Get into stuff like that. So yeah, it should be updating here pretty soon. Server is running. Pretty decent sized list. But until I get a bigger system, I am going to have to back off. with a 4,000 list. Yeah. NAMM, NAMM, NAMM. Verify this. Oh, that's why. Yes, but that's, you know, the float is fine, but I really honestly think you can go from market cap, go market cap 1 million to 500 million, and you are going to find some really good trades. I honestly think that anything over 500 million market cap, it's not going to move that volatile that fast because the market cap is pretty large. But market cap 1 million, that is pretty low. But get a market cap from 1 million to 500 million. So updated the server. Hopefully, it's not going to get hammered. Yeah, it seems. Yeah, it's running a lot better now. I just needed a bigger system. So I've kind of reduced the list of what the system has to churn through by just going from price target $2 to $25 and market cap of 1 million to 500 million. This is going to be your micro caps. And most of your low float stocks are going to be in those micro caps. I mean, if you look at FDMT, yeah, it's 41 million float, but I mean, let's let's take a look at FDMT. FDMT, did that move? Yeah, so it moves pretty good. You can get yourself 10 cents out of that right there. As you can see here, 6 to 6.10. You can get yourself 10 cents out of that. That's not a big deal. Look at this. This is moving. So it moves. Of course it's moving because a little bit of volume in there. Not much. I'm gonna update this instead of 1 minute to a 3 minute volume. Whoa. Let's take a look at this. Oh, that was 4 o'clock in the morning. Who in the world is going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Body in outside the U.S. morning. So the system got hammered. Yeah. Um, oh wait. Let me look at. I make a boo boo. Find out. System could be getting hammered because it's running through stuff that doesn't need to be pre-market hours. Oh wait a minute. I don't have new events set up on here. Wait a minute. Um, yep. I made a mistake here. All right. Whoops. Whoa, don't you made a mistake. I pushed something up the server. Shouldn't have. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to have to rebuild the system. Everything should be fine. I can rebuild it. Cargo. Piece. I'm doing a no-no and editing something right on production. That's a no. Need to fix this quick. God, that's why this might not be that. Cargo really build. Okay, so then I need to log in it. Okay. So restart. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to rebuild the system. The system should be fine. Um, System should be fine now. That's why. Yeah. NAMN. Okay, so the system is decent now. Okay, I just had to rebuild the server real quick. Everything's good to go now. You should not have seen any pickup. FDMT, there really is not much there. We have NAMM that was pretty good earlier in the morning. Early in the morning, it was really good, like around here, around 6 o'clock. It was pretty nice. Um, we have an ATR of 11, which is okay. Much is moving. This list is I'm churning through 2,500 stocks. Micro caps. So I'm churning through the list. I've reduced the list size, so it should be a lot better. I mean, NAMM said, I mean, even if you look at the 5 minute on that was really nice. And you look at the 5 minute, we had a spike up here. We were making higher highs, so right at 6 o'clock would have been pretty decent to trade it right up in here. We had a spike, then we had a pullback, then we had a pullback right here on the 5 minute. You could have gotten in on the break of that candle right there at 790, right here around 790. You had a little. It opened up. It opened up. It spiked up. came back down. That one's kind of hard to trade. $8:45. We got about 45 minutes till the market opens. We don't have much news coming out. Server is okay. Getting much. I'll be able to do that once I get a bigger system. FDMT, 25% gainer. NAMM and FDMT are the top two leading gainers. But really have to look at the relative volume, which I'm going to update that. I'm seeing stats that you're not able to see. Seeing stats that you're not able to see. Got a relative volume of like 12 for NAMM and 8 for FDMT, which is telling me that the volume pre-mark is really good for these two. NAMM, FDMT could be on the watch list. On the watch list. Let me come down here. Take this. These charts. Upper 4. Like this. Yeah. Like that. Putting together a little list here. Okay, so let's like yesterday we traded SNGX, ONC, PBM, ENSC. I mean, we did pretty good on SNGX after the market opened. That was really good. But let's take a look. Let's put AMM on here. And let's put FDMT on here. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together a list. And I'm using a 1 minute because I want to be able to see what's going on 1 minute, if it's showing up, and then I can flip to it and actually look at a 5 minute. But you want to put together like your top 4 right here, and I'm going to be calling them out on the watch list that you're going to have to put on your list to make sure you take a look at them. I need to start doing this pre-market because right now FDMT, as you can see here, it's moving. It's starting to move up above the EMA. I mean, I wouldn't trade this just because there's no setup right now. I mean, it's below the session VWAP and really no setup. The setup was up in here. FDMT, we had inside bars right there. Bars. Talking about inside bars, I'm talking about this right here. This trade's inside here. So when you get a break, do a 2-bar break. When you get a break of that, start looking at that. That was at 7:15. So at 7:15, this is what it looked like. What you can do is the break of well, 2 inside bars. The break of the first one, good. Break of the second one. That was probably the break of the first one. Break of the second bar. Probably jump in right there, which you would have gotten in right there, but your stop is down here. So that's like $6. That's like an 8-cent stop, and look what you got. You got $6 all. You got yourself a quarter. Could you get that whole quarter? Maybe. but you're probably selling half up in here into the resistance area, and then you're coming back down, then you're dumping the rest of it right here. So, yeah. All this will come with time. You keep watching and you will keep paper trading. You'll understand that. SYTA. SYTA is not doing any volume. We need million. We need millions. Billions. We need million volume. We don't need no low volume crash. We need high volume. FDMT kind of moved up. FDMT kind of moved up. NAMM is 50%. FDMT is 27%. Those are our top leaders with volume, with the pre-market volume. Those have definitely traded over 1 million so far. See, if you look at this, if you look at the volume up here, right now we're at 8 million for FDMT, which is pretty good. Let's look at like SYTA. We were just looking at SYTA, but if you look at that 90. See, session volume 93,000. Like how can you trade that trash? You can't. That's the problem. Can't trade that trash. HSSC. Here, let me go back to. I'll be glad when I'm on Lightspeed next week. That's gonna be awesome. NAMM is moving, getting ready to break. If we break this area right here, 608, if we get 610, we could run up to maybe yeah, I don't know. It's below the session VWAP. They pumped it, then they just kind of pushed it back down. So if we break a 610, we possibly could run up. Your next resistance area would be 626, about 6.25. So you might be able to get yourself 10 cents. And NAMM has an ATR of 9 cents per 1 minute. That is right now. So you possibly could get yourself 5-10 cent trade. But let's look at this. Take a look at this. 610. So we got 610. Are we going to break 610? We got 610 on the ask. We got 603. You got 2,000 and 614. So they probably could push this. If you got in at 610, you got a 1 cent spread. You're at 614. If you're got in at 610, you're at 614. Are we going to get? We got 630. Wow, 630. We got 1,000 there. See, I go over to the ask and I'll look ahead of where we're trading at. This blue line is right now we got more bids than asks. Right now we got more asks and more bids. It just flips back and forth. But I look right here at the ask mainly. We got 617. So there, boom, you got yourself 5 cents. Put yourself at a mental stop. You got 620. So you got in. At 16, you got 623. You got about 13 cents. You got about 10 cents. You can start profiting. Move yourself to a break even. If you got 610, if we get down to 612, you need to dump it. If you get to 612, dump it at 612. We got 624, 622, 621. We need people slamming into the ask to keep pushing this up, slamming into the ask. We got a big order at 630. Right now you're up 15 cents. Right now we are whoops, that's wrong. Boom. So right now we're up. We're above the non-EMA. Right now we're at 630. If you got in at 610, you got yourself 20 cents. Lock in the profits, move to a break even. 631. Are we going to 640? 640? 6.5 is the whole number. I mean, 6.5 is $half mark. We might get a pullback, might get a slight pullback to non-EMA. Jump down to a 30-second chart. Come down to a 30-second chart. I would say 6.25. You'd probably put yourself if you're in the full position and you got 6.25 and you got in at 610, you're at 6.25. Put your mental stop at 630. Mental stop at 630. Go back to a 1 hour, 1 minute. Unfortunately, Lightspeed doesn't have my second charts. So I'm looking to develop second charts so we can just go ahead and have some. Or you can just use TradingView, whatever you want to do. I like writing code. I like trading, and I like slinging code. And trust me, AI ain't that smart. I use it. It helps. Productivity level has skyrocketed for me. I can develop stuff at 4 times the speed. Rethink situation, start about half, move to break even. If you get down to 615, yeah, that's going to be below the non-EMA. If you got to bounce off you can add to you can sell a little bit right up in there. You get to 620, you probably just add a little bit and try to get a bounce off the non-EMA, but you got to look at the volume on the 1 minute. 1 minute selling volume is really high. Look at that. 1 minute selling volume, that's big, that's big. Look at the 5-minute volume. Look at the 5-minute volume, and we're going down 615. You better rethink your situation right now. You better start rethinking your situation now. In this little run, we had an average of about 50,000 shares. So if you're a big dog and you're doing about 5-10,000 shares, if we start dumping, how are you going to get rid of that when nobody wants this piece of trash? NAMM is a low floater at 3 million. We've already traded 12 million. We've round tripped 4 times. If we start dumping, no one wants this piece of trash. We're sitting here at the non-EMA a little bit too long. So at 610, right here, we had a break. Had a break at that. Your stop could have been down here at the low right there. The break of the previous low at 610, and you definitely got 630, so you got about 20 cents on that trade. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I got in the office. A little tiny baby moth in the office. Alrighty. I had the window open, but the screen, that was last night. I had the window open. I walked into the office. I was like, oh, I still got the window. FDMT dump. FDMT is dumping. NAMM. Get yourself a little scalp right now. It looks like we're going to be consolidating 5 minutes. It looks like it's putting in a little doji. It's forming a doji. If you're in at 610 and it breaks the EMA, you really want to rethink the situation because the sentiment will be down, and you really don't want that. So NAM, PTAI, then no. NAMM has been the best one so far. 853. 8.53. That was pretty good. 853. If when you look at this, it's below the session VWAP, so you got to be careful. Anything below the session VWAP, you really have to just get the quick profits and move on. I mean, you could run up to 7.25 to the session VWAP, but it's kind of unlikely, just because the sentiment is kind of down, kind of sloping down right here on the VWAP. Kind of dried up on volume right here. I think that move is over. I think people pumped it. They got themselves a little bit of money. Had big volume right there on the selling. Had a slight bounce off the non-EMA. From my experience, when you come down to non-EMA and you touch it and you bounce up here, that's good. But when you bounce right here and you kind of like, yeah, we could just consolidate and then we could break the 640 and make new highs. I mean, not make new highs, but break the high right there of 640, 640, 640. Yeah, you can probably run the 6.5. IMAB has news. It's an 81 million float. That is a big dog. We got a big dog on pre-market moving. $2.40 stock had 19% change, a float of 81 million. That is a big dog. But we do have news. IMAB announces pricing of 65 million underwriting offering of American Depository shares. And Everest Medicines expands strategic investment in IMAB. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Is IMAB going to be gone? So NAMM, NAMM, we got a little spike on IMAB, and then we came into the non-EMA. We got kind of low volume right there. It's like 20,000. I really wouldn't be touching that. It's like, nah. Could you get yourself a little money if you're trading, like a couple hundred shares? Yeah. But I don't like that. I like getting high. I like high volume. Get my 10 cents. Move on. Try to get more. NAMM is flatlining. Kind of like when I said when you don't get that good bounce off the non-EMA, the sentiment is just kind of, they already ran it, so they're not really going to keep running it. Plus it's 9:02, about 28 minutes to the open. Now let's go ahead and look at let's go back. IMAB. IMAB could be something you want to keep your eye on. It's an 81 million float, so it's a big dog. But the market cap is, it is a micro cap, so the market cap is there. I mean, it's not a low floater, that's for sure, but it is a pre-market mover. We got FDMT. FDMT looks like it could be breaking right here. If it breaks to 5.5, you gotta be careful because of this right here on the 5 minute. But then again, we didn't make a lower low. But you gotta be careful with that. What I would want to look for is probably an ABC pattern where we kind of move up, ABC pattern, and maybe get on the break of that or something. Kind of like what you want to do. ABC pattern. A, B, C, D. Kind of like get on the break of up in here. Definitely get on the break of up there. Hopefully it'll form it. I don't know. 904. 904. Look at NAMM. 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 Oh, what you doing? What you doing? Light speed's better than you there, Trader Workstation, with that. I'll be sweating. If we break the 640, if we break 640, we could go 6.5. Are we going to make a run to the whole dollar of 7? We break 640. Break 640. 641. We're breaking. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Still tired, ain't you? A little sleepy? Yeah, my kid came in at 9 o'clock. School starts, you're going to have to be getting up earlier. All right, I'm going to eat a little bit, 9:05. I'm going to eat a little bit. I'll be back at 9:30. Look at that. Look at that. Slam back down. If you holding that, how you getting rid of that? How you getting rid of that? Nobody wants this piece of crap now. Really, the only biggest mover is IMAB move, but it's not enough volume. The biggest volume is NAMM, and FDMT is the biggest volume so far for the pre-market for micro caps. We, from my experience, if you get something now, it's going to be kind of light. I think people are sitting on their hands until 9:30. Usually when you have those inside bars, take a look at this. Got an inside bar right here. When I'm talking about inside bar, let me look at this. You got the high right here. Got the low right there. Got the low right there. You got this bar right here. That's an inside bar because it didn't break the high or the low. Normally when you have that, and this is a little scary because you got high volume in there. If the volume was kind of low down in here and you get an inside bar, normally you can get in on the break of that, put your stop down here, get on the break of that, and you can get yourself a short little scalp. Now, it's below the 9 EMA, which is kind of dangerous, and it's below the session VWAP on the 5-minute. And also the 5-minute, you got big volume on the 5-minute with an engulfing, bearish engulfing candle, engulfing this right here, and also this right here. So that's a little concerning, but it is the top leading gainer. So when you do get an inside bar like that, you could possibly get a small bounce. And if you do play this, I mean, I didn't trade this, but I would not go in all full tilt on this. So if your normal size is 1,000, you might want to go in half. I mean, we are making a nice little move on it. So even if you got in half, you're making yourself a nice little move. Let's say you got in at 590, you got yourself about 20 cents right there. So I mean, yeah, you can get your run. So what I'm looking for right now, what I'm looking for is I am looking for an A, a B, and a C right here, and stay above the session VWAP, and then probably try to get a trade and takeoff right here. A, B, C, and then D is your takeoff. It's ABC pattern, or some people call it ABCD. I don't know. But you want to keep things simple. As you notice, I don't have a whole bunch of indicators. I just try to keep things simple. And right now I'm in limbo, waiting for the money to hit the Lightspeed account so they can flip the system on. Because right now I can't even use Lightspeed charts. It's like well, for one, I can't even log into my account until the money gets transferred into my live account. I've got a demo account with Lightspeed, but it's like a 15-minute delay. I mean, you can't trade that. I'm just using that to get used to the system with my hotkeys and stuff like that, which is really nice. I do like it. Great system. The charting system, some people don't like the charting system because it's very basic, but I'm going to tell you something. Start throwing a bunch of these indicators, and they're all lagging just about. Start throwing in all them indicators. You can't. I've seen some charts where I can't even look to see what the candlesticks, what the price action is doing. I can't even see it. I mean, that's crazy. FDMT is just kind of grinding. We're at 913, so the market's going to open up. Server seems like it's doing better. I just need to beef your system, but that's not going to happen until we come out of beta and we are got people subscribing. So that, yeah. So if you really want to help out the system, make sure you like and subscribe, because that's really going to help out the algorithm. DLLS. See, that's nothing. NAM and FDMT kind of dropped off, which is fine. They'll show back up. I need to look into why that happens. But for right now, not too worried about it. It's not a showstopper for one. Okay, that's good. That's good. I need we look at financialjuice.com. If we look at this, got right here, breaking news, non-farm payrolls actual 73,000, forecast 104, previous 147, revised to 14K. If we look at today's date, which is August 1st, if we look at today's date, um, really don't have much unemployment rate. 8:30, that was already done for, but Michigan sentiment fell, manufacturing PMI at 10. That sometimes can move the market. Uh, travel earnings at 11. Okay, go then. That's what we have. We have IMAB kind of broke what we have NAM. IMAB has topped it for the volume, but the problem is if we look at it, it's not over. See, IMAB. If we look at it, look up here. The volume is 328,000 for the session. That's nothing. Stay away from it. Don't care if it's leading. Don't care if it has news or the change is good. 14% don't care. 1 minute volume is higher, don't care. Because the session volume is 328. All right, I'll be right back. Let's look at NAMM. That is going to be the market. When the market does open, I'm going to switch over from pre-market to low floaters and top gainers, I think. Alrighty. NAMM is Making a little move. FDMT making a little move. FDMT making a little move. Making a little move. Making a little move. MCVT hit the R ball. MCVT hit the R ball. There's probably nothing there. Got 500,000. Ooh. Might be something. MCVT changed to 13%. Got 1 minute volume. It's looking good. It's at 920 there. That is the problem. We can put MCVT right here. We can put MCVT right here. You can see right here I have NAMM, FDMT, MCVT. Put that up there. That's a 1 minute right there. So, all right, the server's running. MCVT is not, I mean, it's 500,000, so that's nothing to sneeze about. It's just hard to trade that right now. Whoops. It's hard to trade that right now. MCVT hit the R vol. You can see right here, it really hit, but we have no catalyst, no news. If we look down in here at the top press releases, we don't have anything. CVT didn't have anything. And there's really no need to read it down here because it would show up right here, kind of like how IMAB did. So we kind of ran up. We did a little kiss on the non-EMA and we bounced off. So you could play the bounce on that. I'm not playing that right now. With the break right there, you could play that bounce of 606. So 616 probably your entry. And you got to stop at 606, so 616, that's a 10-cent stop. We have MCVT, I don't know what the ATR is on that. Boom, we just smoked it down. So if you got on that bounce up there on, let's say you got 620 and it ran up to 640, you definitely need to be scalping some off. And then when it comes right back down here, you really need to get out. MCVT right here, 18% change, ATR of a quarter. So yeah, you got your, I don't know if you got yourself a quarter, but let's say you got in at 620, you got out at 640. That's 20 cents right there. You easily got 10 cents. But you got to spike down, and you would have you got wicked out if you didn't get out, take your profits and didn't get out. You got wicked out on your stop. This is a wicker. Look at that wick, 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 wick. It's a wicker. FDMT is moving. We got we got 9:23 is the time. Market's getting ready to open. MCVT, if you play a quick scalp on that. MCVT's around 58,000, so that's why I'm putting it up on my list right here. 924. That's why I have it up on my list. NAMM over a million. FDMT over a million. MCVT, we got like 776,000. So yeah, that is going to be on my little watch list. Got to have that on the watch list. MCVT is moving. It is moving. Got volume. We are moving with volume. Easily got yourself 10 cents. Boy, there's a lot of wicks on that. That is hard to play. That is hard to play. Big wick right there. Hard to play. You gotta be quick, real quick. You had to hotkey that real quick, and then you got yourself 10, 20, 10 cents, sell half 20 cents. Sell another half, you're about 25% left, and you got wicked out. Stop. You have to do mental break even. You have to do mental stops because on pre-market, you just can't hard stop it out like you can during market hours. MCVT. Let's see what this thing's going to do. Five minutes open. Low latency. Looking good. Strength, health. Healthy, excellent. Yeah. Um, MCVT. Outstanding shares are, wow, look at that. Light speed's hot. BT is just wicking. I'd be careful with that. Market opens, that thing is going to go crazy. Crazy. So 927. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I'm gonna keep the R vols down here. The pre-market movers, low float gain, low float gainers. This is going to be empty because top traded biggest gainer. Server's updating, so up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we know that NAMM, FDMT, I've already called them out. Those are our top leaders so far that we want to keep an eye out on, but FDMT is just tanking. But these are our top micro caps with volume. I mean, even though you might have other ones that are high or not have high uh have high change percentage, doesn't mean anything. As NAMM is that doesn't mean anything. I don't care if it's up 100%. If it's low volume, you're not gonna. No, 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 no. I'd rather trade something that is 15% change with the million volume for the session than something 100% with only 200,000 session. So yeah, you need volume to get in and out of these things. We look at FDMT. Market is opening up in 30 seconds. FDMT, look at that. That's just selling. We look at NAMM. That's doing the same thing. We got a nice little movement on NAMM. MCVT is just kind of kind of wicking all over the place. I'd be careful with that. You could get wicked out. NAMM is our topper. That's the top. NAMM FDMT. But like I said, market's open. But like I said, you want to keep this on your list. I'm going to have another window. I use TradingView, but I'm going to be switching over to Lightspeed from Interactive Brokers. Now, next week, this 4 right here, next week, this 4 right here, you will see on the right side, along with my main window with level 2 and my scanner. Scanner, I need to shorten up, make that a little, not as much. It's going to take the scanner a while to update. Not a whole lot. It's running decent. Yep, server is running decent. It's going to take a minute or two to biggest movers because it needs to churn through the data. We need to find out. Right now it's churning, so we should have something for next 30 seconds to 1 minute. We should start having stuff popping up. Actually, low floaters could be popping up here pretty soon. There we go. There we go. We have FLGT, 54 mile, CVT with new. Yeah, we know about that. Look at that. NAMM is just tanking. NAM is tanking. MCVT is tanking. FDMT is holding up. FLGT has got news. I don't know FLGT what that's about. That's nothing. Stay away from that. NAMM. Look at that. That's tanking. We got FDMT on the move. FDMT is on the move. FDMT. We got high volume on FDMT. That's on the move. You want to sit on your hands for about the first 5 minutes. We got the R-vol movers, but the thing about that is the first 5 minutes, this thing is crazy. So you really don't pay attention to that until after about 5 minutes. You got to let the market open up. Now, see, you could have, this kind of spiked up. FDMT kind of spiked up. It's when the market opens up, it's really kind of hard to play. When the market opens up, kind of hard to play. MCVT has stopped the bleeding. CVT has stopped the bleeding. We have NAMM ATR of 9. Have FDMT. FD. Come on. On there. IB. FDMT. FDMT, I mean, it's below the session VWAP. It looks like making a little bit of a run. You got to wait for the micro pullbacks. Biggest movers, we got RDT. That's the biggest mover, RDT. So NVT, those are news. We got an ATR of $1 of RDT, RDDT. Yeah, to the downside. $180 daggone. AMM. NAMM. That if you get in on the break of that, the stop is a little bit too much. MCVT is just puking out. MCVT is just puking out. CVT is just puking out. Look at that. It just puked it all up. FDMT, 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 I don't know. NAMM, I'm sure of. Wait till the market just kind of settles down. Not much is showing up on the scanner, though. Not much at all. That don't mean you're not going to get a good trade. I mean, you might have to wait 30 minutes after the market opens to get yourself a decent trade. Like Mike Bellafiore says, you only need one good trade. MCVT just puked. Blech. NAMM is not far behind on that puking. Look at that. I just puked it all up. Look at that. How you like them sound effects? Yeah, I get bored when there's nothing going on. I say stupid crap. Actually, when stuff is going on hot and heavy, I say stupid crap. FDMT, we got RVOL, FDMT, FDMT, FDMT on the RVOL. RVOL up 6, so it's kind of light, maybe. I like an RVOL of like 10, 15, 20. NAMM, 1 minute volume's looking good. Got 14 ATR. FDMT, hit the RVOL. Really, there's not much going on. There's really the only two that are trading over a million, like MCVT, that traded over a 1.5 million. FDMT is FDMT has got a 14 ATR. Nothing's setting up though. NATR has got news, but NATR I don't really earnings. All right, let's take a look at FDMT. Nothing. So this is what I'm looking at. I got 4 stocks up here. Mainly, I'm not really looking at MCVT because that just peaked out. It looks like it got halted. FDMT, we got some nice movement on that. NAMM, we could kind of break up and get a micro pullback. We could break this area right up in here. FDMT could break that area. That's what I'm looking at. But if we look at FDMT on the 5-minute, this is what you're seeing on the 5-minute, but it's not good. You want to see higher highs, higher lows on the 5-minute. So NAMM, that's definitely not higher highs, higher lows. That's lower highs, lower. That's not what you want to see when we have an ATR of 19. I mean, shorting it would be okay, but I don't short these. Shorting is extremely dangerous. We have open. Open is open kind of whoops. Open. What we got with open? Open is yeah. That's what you want to see on a 5-minute right there. That's what you want to see. So let's put this uh open. I want to put that on the list right here. You can see right here, I added it right there. Opens on there, FDMT, AMM. Open just. But look at a 5-minute. It's above the session VWAP, which is pretty nice. That's open. RKT. I don't know what we have there. RKT is looking nice. So RKT, that's 7 million right there. Not a micro cap though. Not a micro cap. That's a big dog. It's one of the biggest movers, but look at that float. That's a big dog. Got a higher highs on RKT. Open, we got higher. Yeah. RKT, we could get a bounce off that. Right here, if you're playing the EMA bounce right here, 16, let's say 1650, your stop is down here. So RKT got a 24-cent ATR. You could have gotten yourself 15 cents right here. So if it, can you get to 670? Got 65, 66 right here. Look right here, 69.70. It looks like we're coming back down. So pushing back up, get 672, 672. There we go. There you go. You got yourself a 25-cent move right there. That's on RKT, 25-cent move on RKT. That's what you want. That is what you want. That is your one good trade right there, my friend. That is your one good trade. That right there is your one good trade. RKT. RKT was on the biggest movers. Here, let's make the note of this, biggest movers. What I did was I made an update this morning on, and now you're not getting this update, which I need to push it this weekend for your desktop app. It is not filtering by change anymore, by highest change going down, because I made the decision last night. I do not care about change. Like right now, IMAB is 31%. RKT is 13.5. I don't care if IMAB is 50%. I don't care with volume. I don't care. I want RKT at 13% with a lot more higher volume. The volume on the 1 minute was 2.8. We've traded volume of 9 million. I mean, really? This is what you want. And on the 5 minute, look at that. 5 minute. Look at that. Look at that. We had consolidation right here. We broke that consolidation. You could have scalped yourself 10 cents right there. We had a micro pullback. Even on the micro pullbacks, we had this right here, which is a little bit concerning. But if you're playing that non-EMA bounce, your stop is right there. Even if you get on the break of that, let's say you get in at 670, you easily got yourself 10 cents. I mean, get on the break of that, you can put your stop down here below the non-EMA if it kind of wicks down there. I mean, sell half into this pop, move yourself to a break even with blah 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 blah. With light speed, I've got it hotkeyed. Which I'm going to show this weekend. I've got my stuff hotkeyed. I'm getting it all set up for next week. I've got my stuff hotkeyed, so when I can do like shift 1, shift 2, get into the shares. Let's say shift 1 is your 1,000 shares, shift 2 is your 2,000 shares, shift 5 is your big boy shares of 5,000. I mean, well, big boy for me, but yeah. I mean, that is what you need to do. And when you get this pop right here, when you get this pop right here, you want to do, what I do is I do Shift H, sell half, Shift B. Shift B on light speed will move me to a break even of my entry. Let's say let me clear this out. Let's say I get in right here. Let's say I get in right here and I'm up here. I sell a quarter right there. Sell a quarter of it. I sell a quarter of it. I do Shift B. Moves me to a break even. I've already locked in 25%. We move up here. Okay. We move up here and all of a sudden it starts stalling out and it trades half of that candle right there. Shift H, sell half. Shift Q, sell a quarter. Shift H, sell half. Shift F, sell full. And I'm already at break even. So when I'm doing the Shift H, selling a quarter, sell 25 here, sell 25 there. Shift Q or Shift H, sell half. Shift H, sell half. Got 1,000 shares. Shift H, sell half. Now you got 500. Shift H, sell half. Now you got 250. I mean, this is already being updated down here to your break even. You're not losing. You're not losing. You've already got yourself a little pop. Like, how much launch money do you want? That's the thing you need to ask yourself. If you got in here and your stop's down here, your risk reward is definitely good to go. If you bought down here, or even if you got in on the break of that and you got yourself a pop up here, Shift Q, Shift H, Shift B to move break even, you've already got yourself some lunch money. Now, it depends on the market. If the market's going to let you eat a filet mignon steak, or is the market going to make you go to Taco Bell or Burger King or McDonald's or whatever? Or are you going to be eating refried beans and rice like I did for years? The market's going to tell you what you're going to eat. All these gurus that tell you, I want a 2-for-1, I want a 3-to-1, they're a bunch of horse crap. Horse crap. Where are they? Where are they with the live commentary of what the heck is going on? Are they getting their 2-to-1, 3-to-1s, 4-to-1, 5-to-1s? I'm telling you right now, I don't give a flying crap about even a 1-to-1. I'm going to do what the market's going to give me. If the market comes right up here, and I do Shift Q and I sell a quarter, and all of a sudden this thing starts tanking, I'm at break even. I don't care if it gives me a 1 to a half. I'm taking what the market gives me. Plays over. I know I feel a little bit passionate about that, but I'm just so sick and tired of these daggone gurus filling their heads with a bunch of crap. I mean, all this, and then they load up their charts with all these indicators. You got like 3 or 4 moving. You got like 3 or 4 moving averages. You got your Fibonacci's. You got your ICT indicators going on with your fair value gaps. My God, you can't even see what the heck the market's telling you. I mean, really, you can't even see what the market's telling you with all that crap on your screen. Take all that crap off and you might be profitable. Seriously. Take that crap off. I don't even need the down EMA. Well, I kind of like it because I like I'm looking at a trading plan for the non-EMA bounce. So you kind of need the non-EMA. But if you told me I could have one indicator, that's it. Just one. You only get one. Now, if you count volume as an indicator, then I guess I got that. That's the only one I get. But other than that, I'd be taking VWAP. I'd be taking the VWAP. Because look at this. RKT. Right here. Right here. Look at that. Above session VWAP. Above overnight VWAP. Above New York session VWAP. Above the VWAP. It's stalling out. It's coming back down now. So the play is done for. You've already made your money right here. Get out. Move on. Or if you got on the 9-EMA bounce, you made yourself even more money. Made your money for the day. You're done. Look at it. Boom. Market don't give a flying crap if you want your 3-to-1 or whatever the heck you're going to get. It doesn't give a flying crap. It's going to tell you what you're going to eat for lunch. You do not decide how much your lunch money is. Market decides that for you. And once you understand that and you overcome your psychological battles that you are battling with yourself in the market, once you tell yourself to shut up, sit down, and trade, and listen to what the market's giving you, you'll make money. You're listening to these gurus and you can't control your emotion, you're going to keep losing. I hate to be real, but that's why 95% of traders fail, because they're not shutting up, sitting down, and listening to what the market's trying to tell you. It's a living, breathing thing. I mean, realistically, it's not, but I think of it as a living, breathing thing. You got these big institutions pushing the market around. You got the big banks deciding what's going on. Open's moving. You got these big whale traders that are moving the market. You and me are just little minnows trying to get the little bites, make a decent living. That's all we're trying to do. So realistically, if you're losing money and you're sick and tired of it, I mean, a little harsh advice is to shut up, sit down, and listen to them. Take all that crap off your charts. Take all that crap off your charts. Take all of it off. Only candlesticks, volume. Start paper trading on that. Learn little candlestick analogy. Learn some candlestick analogy. Find out, like right here, we got a hammer right here. Learn your candlestick analogies. Learn what a doji is right up in here. Learn what a doji is. Learn what a hangman is right up in here. Learn what a shooting star is. Learn what a bullish engulfing candle is. Look what an inside bar candle is. Start, understand the charts, not the indicators. Understand the charts. Then after that, look at volume. Volume tells you a huge thing. Right now, this is telling me, if we look at this area right here, well, I can't go. Oh, there we go. Look at this area right here. What is this telling me? This volume, look at that huge selling volume. This volume, we kind of dried up. But what is this telling you, and what is that telling you? That those two right there with those wicks is telling me that sellers could be taking control. They could be taking control because all of this, and it's high volume, they could be taking control, and they did for a little while. Kind of a little bounce, and now they're really taking control. So the candlesticks right there, those wicks right there, are telling me there's a battle going on. There's indecision between the bids and the ask. There's indecision what's going on. Right now, you got 14,000 on 190, 17,000 on 190. Look at over here, 189. You got, I mean, yeah. So right now, you have more buyers. Right now, it's kind of even. You got to read the level 2. I mean, open is pretty big. Open. Right now, we got to top. Let's get off my soapbox here. Yes. See. Yeah, what the heck? There's nothing there. HSC, that's extremely low volume. 19,000 on session, extremely low volume. But, let me see. NAMM, we got volume, but NAMM, we got volume on NAMM, but it's just a downtrend. It's just a downtrend. I wouldn't even trade that. I wouldn't even trade that. FDMT is the next one with good volume, 13.5 million. I wouldn't trade that either. IMAB, IMAB, IMAB. If you were looking at IMAB, if you were looking at IMAB, remember IMAB earlier? Earlier, IMAB had some news that was on our list. Look what happened when the market opened up. We shot up. We shot up here. Got a little flag pattern going on above the non-EMA. You can get in on the break of that right there. Put your stop down here. Get in at, let's say, 252. Your first target should be the high right there. Let's say 262, 252, 262. You got yourself 10 cents. Sell a quarter, sell half. Shift B to a break even. And then we got a little pop, and all of a sudden the market's selling off. When it starts selling off to about half, I do shift H for full stop out. Why? Because the volume's kicking in. That's why. Look at that 1 minute volume. 1 minute volume to kick it. It's kicking in. Look at this. We got 260 right here. The high of that candle right there. High of that candle we broke, which was right here. Broke the high of that 5 minute candle. We got in a little bit early here because we got a nice risk reward. Now, risk reward, am I looking for a 3-to-1? No, I'm looking for what the market's telling me. And right now, I mean, I don't know. That looks like an easy 1 to 1.5. Who knows? But where I am, first target is right here at the high. Shift H, Shift Q, whatever. Sell a quarter, sell half. Shift B, move to a break even. Now I'm in a good trade. Now I can't lose. I'm in a good trade. When I do Shift B, that's a market order to get in, get out. Now the spread's like 4 or 5 cents. That's fine. That's okay. I don't care about that. Now it's 1, 2 cents. Who cares? And then when all of a sudden it starts tanking, get out. Get out. Why go back to a break even? Just get out. Commissions are so cheap. What if we come back? Get out. What if it reverses? Well, if it reversing and it's looking good, get back in. Commissions are cheap. Who cares? Take all that crap off your chart. Stop listening to these stinking gurus. Stop paying for stop paying $200, $500,000 for a stupid course when you can learn that crap for free. Stop giving these gurus the money. That's how they make their living. They don't make their living from trading. Please. They don't make their money from trading. They make their money by selling crap. I'm not selling a course. I'm not going to sell. Stop listening to those filthy gurus. Take the crap off your targets and stop listening to filthy gurus and start spending time getting your psychological situation under control when you trade in the market. Once you get your emotions under, take all the crap off your charts, get your emotions under control, and you'll start making money. You know, everybody's looking for the Holy Grail. I want the Holy Grail. Open kind of. Let's FDMT. What else do we? AB is IMAB. AB. IMAB. That had news earlier at 8 o'clock and 8:56. Everest Medicines, Strategic Investment, and IMAB. Okay, that's cool. Cool. It pushed it. Pushed it. Got IMAB. That's pretty nice. AB. IMAB is 3 million so far in volume. I gotta look on, light speed. I think the volume is there, the session volume, because that's what I really look at. I want to make sure there's volume in this stuff. So what we should be looking for, right now we had a pullback on the 5 minute. We had a big, huge wick. That was a big battle. What this candle is telling me is that people are pushing it up and people are pushing it down, and we can't decide who wants to do what. We had another battle right inside there, wick there, and a wick there. Uh, we had a little hammer right there. We kind of broke it. Right now we're trading above the session VWAP. Yeah, right now that 5 minute is under control. High of 254 and a high of this of 255, making higher highs, higher lows. That's what you want to see. What we're looking for, not to get in now, but you're looking for a pull up, and then you're looking for a pull back down and have it ride the non-EMA, and then you're looking for a micro pullback and then get in on that. That's what you're looking for. T9. Look at that. That just showed up. Or had it already showed up and I was running my 830 expand sacro cover if your portfolio was asset equity. Yeah. Okay, you got a catalyst. So what? You got a catalyst. I got you. You got a catalyst. When was it? 8 o'clock? No, 8:30. Okay. It was back here. What'd you do at 8:30? It wasn't on our list, probably because of what's going on. I don't know. I didn't show up. Oh well. We had a pullback right here. It was below the EMA. Kind of don't like that. We had a pull up here, kind of pulled back. Non-EMA's kind of riding up. Had a bounce. I don't know what is ATR is 14, so really not a one deviation, but you had a run up and then you had a micro pullback right here, and you have get yourself maybe right there. Tron's making higher highs, higher lows. See, that's what you want. That is what you want to see. Is this higher lows? Boom. Look at that inside bar candle. Inside bar candle on that broke the high of that inside bar, broke the high of that candle right there. Boom. Let's say you get in at $2. Not let's say 2.25. Can you get 2.25? 2.25. Come on, let's take a look at this. 2.25. 217. That's not what you want to see. Look at that. See. 214. Locking it in right now. Get yourself 10 cents. But you broke that. You easily got yourself 20 cents off of that deal. And the reason you sell a quarter, sell half, and move to a break even is because you don't know if it's going to do just what it's doing right now, hitting 2.25, and you got yourself a 25-cent trade. It's another one good trade for the day. So that is Tron, TRON. Go over that. That was at 10. Go over that. That was not that was a micro pullback. That was on the low floaters. What is the 7.8 float? Not Tron. TNON. That's why I'm saying Tron. Actually, it is a ticker, but hey. And also, you could have played right here the non-EMA bounce. I'm only playing that. Maybe I need to start doing really low shares and start testing this real time, real money. Right here, you had a bounce. We had a run up. has a 14 ATR, so had a run up. Maybe that's a one deviation from the non-EMA. We had a pullback. Where would your stop be? It can't be here, so it has to be at the previous low, which would be right there. So your entry would be around 205 and your stop would be 195. So that's a 10-cent stop. So you get 205, let's say is your entry, 205, and it ran up here to 25. You got yourself 20 cents. You right there, you need to be selling a quarter and move to a break even immediately. That is a game plan for me. And then once I got this pop, once I broke the low of that candle right there, once it broke the low of that, I'm selling another quarter. So I'm already out half of my position on it. 20 cents right there. 20 cents right there. So with 1,000 shares, 20 cents, you've already booked yourself $100 and you're at a break even. Now you're already keeping half of it because you don't know if it's going to run. You have no idea if it's going to run. And if it does, you got yourself I mean, if you went in with 1,000, you still got yourself 500 shares in case it runs to like $1, $2. You got yourself a banger. We don't know. I mean, we don't know if this is pulling up to be a micro pullback. Looks like it is. And look at the 5-minute. We're making higher highs, higher lows right there. So are we going to break? If we break 235, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, market. Thank you. If we break 235, can we run to 2.5? Let's see if we can run to 2.5. What did we get? Instead of 2.5, we got 247. You 3 cents away. Push. Push, baby, push. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's another thing. I just noticed this. Just noticed this. Non-EMA pullback stops down here. You bang out like quarter or 0.5% some profits. You get another pullback to non-EMA. I wonder. I think. I mean, a 14 ATR. If that's a one standard deviation from the non-EMA, you could add to the trade. Your cost average will be down in here. So you got a banger out to 240. So you sell another quarter. You can just keep doing that, just over and over and over. Come on, over and over and over. Forget about all this crap and throwing it on your charts. Just throw all that crap out. Just throw all that crap out. Unsubscribe to all those gurus. Start trading yourself. You don't even need to listen to me. You don't even need to listen to me. I mean, if you were watching INAB, look at that. IMAB is running. IMAB has got volume. That's why it was on our top 3. FDMT, maybe got yourself a little bit, maybe a little bit. I don't know. NAMM kind of flatlining. Look at that flatline. Kind of dead in the water. It's flatlining. We got IMAB. Now this right here is telling me indecision candle. Buyers and sellers are making the indecision. 5-minute forming like that, but we made look at that. Higher highs, higher lows. Look at that. We don't know. I mean, what you could do, just get out, move on to another trade. And the good thing about these break evens, let's say you are in this trade and you get in and you sell half and you move to a break even, then you're looking at your chart, another trade setting up. So then you jump over to that trade. This trade is safe because you've taken some profits, you move to a break even, you go to another chart. I was doing this yesterday. You go to another chart and you make a trade. You don't worry about the one that you set a break even to you because you're trying to get yourself a run. You move on to another chart, scalp yourself 10, 15, 20 cents, move to a break even. Now you're managing 2 trades. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. We got touch of non-EMA. We got kind of ran up. That kind of looks like a 1 standard deviation. I don't know. I'd have to write the code for that. Took a little profits off up in here. Move to a break even. Probably cost average down here. That's what it's all about. IMAB. Let's take a look at IMAB. That right now it's bouncing off the 9 EMA, so you got yourself an EMA bounce. IMAB. Let's take a look at IMAB. IMAB. We got TNON. TNON is got quite a bit. TNON has got quite a bit. How much TNON? 135 million shares traded. Oh my! Look at that! My. Now that is some volume right there. That is some volume. That you can go in like 5, 10, 20, 50,000 shares. That is some volume. You want to make some Ross Cameron trades of like 50,000, 100,000 shares. I don't know if he trades 100,000. I have no idea. But that's how you do it. He don't do that crap when there's only trading like 250,000 shares. Come on. You want millions, baby. You got to have millions of volume to make the millions. All right, let's go. Friday, we're getting a little crazy up in here. The heck were we going to look at? IMAB. I've already made my money and I'm done. Getting a little crazy up in this mofo. All right. Boom. What we had a run. We had a touch of the 9 EMA. We had a touch and we had a bounce. Where's your stop? Well, this is where it gets a little interesting. This is where it gets a little interesting. We had a pretty good deviation from the EMA. You got in. Are you going to put your stop? You get in on the bounce right here. I mean, that's 206. That's like a penny, man. No. Okay, so you get in. Let's make this easy. I'm not good at math. 260. And your stop's at 255. 260, 255 stop. Got five pennies. 5 pennies. 5 pennies stop. And look what you can do. Got yourself a little micro pullback. Bam. Get yourself a break right there. Boom, break up the highs. What are you doing up in here in the 5 minute? Making higher highs, higher lows. Looky. And look what you got. Look what you got. First trade. Add to the trade. The cost average is probably right here at 265. Don't know. You ran up to 285. You got yourself 20 cents. What do you do? You sell a quarter. Move to break even. Shift Q, quarter. Shift B, break even. Go, baby, go. It keeps pumping. Ooh, it's down in here. What do? Shift Q, Shift H, sell quarter, sell half. You're still at the break even. With light speed, the break even updates. Every time you hit Shift Q, Shift H, the break even that you just Shift B'd, it just updates. I say you got 10,000 shares in there. Shift H, now it's 5,000. Shift Q or Shift H, 2,500 shares. I mean, it just updates. It's like a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. I don't know what to say. What else do you want from me? What else? All I can do is tell you, take all that crap off your charts. Stop listening to them gurus. And let the market give you whatever lunch money it wants to give you. Stop listening to these fake gurus that have these rented Lamborghinis and these rented out fancy ass houses. Stop listening to them jerkwads and start trading. The first thing you need to do is control your emotions. That's why 95% of you are failing, because you're a bunch of undisciplined click trading, happy-go-lucky, got to click that mouse to get a trade, to make myself money, to make myself a Lamborghini, because I'm a click trader. Click. And as you clicking, your money's going down. You ain't getting no Lamborghini. Your money's going down. You're asking your mama for the rent money. That's what you're doing. We had a pop. We had a micro pullback. Oh, look what we did. Pop. Micro pullback. We get a break breaker. Boom, boom. If you're in this trade, you ain't asking your mama for no daggone rent money. If you're in this trade, you're unsubscribing to them crazy Lamborghini talking gurus. This is a pretty good lesson stream. This is the best one so far this week. I mean, there's so many lessons going on. I just can't keep up with them. I really can't. I'm missing out on this. Lightspeed. The guy that, come on, man, my ACH transfer. I was hoping. I was like, please let the bunny be in there so I can just hotkey my way to a little bit of lunch money. And I woke up, no, not there. Gotta wait next week. Oh well, market ain't going nowhere. Market ain't going nowhere. We have NAMM. NAMM, did that just get halted? We got FDMT. Let's see, NAMM. I mean, if you're in this trade, you're just loving it. NAMM, you just loving it. That was IMAB, loving it. NAMM, look at it, flatlining. It was flatlining so much that I thought it got halted. Nope, it just dead. You got RKT, you got Rocket getting ready to rocket. You got Rocket getting ready to rocket. Oh, actually, it's called Rocket Go S class. I just called it Rocket because I thought that was what it was. Okay, you got Rocket getting ready to rocket in 1 minute. You might not, because look at this. Higher low, higher high. Stalled out on the doji. Now, if we can break 1681, we could rocket. We could probably trap 1681. We'd probably go for the whole dollar of 17. Come on, people, start slamming into the ask. Slam into it, baby. Slam into it. I kind of like this update on my 1682. 1682. Keep going, because if we break this right here, 1693, rocket could rocket. We're looking at 1693. The only problem with this is not going to move very quickly. And you want to know why? You want to know why it's just grinding? It's got huge volume, got a lot of volume, 21 million, yeah. But if you look over here, the float, look at the float, like 2 billion. Not 2 million, 2 billion. 2B. 2B. 2 billion. I need to update this code. I need to have it sort of like 81M, 2B, 2 billion. Make this a little bit skinnier. Do the same thing for the volume. Make that a little bit skinnier. We can take this right here. Whoops, that's wrong. That's wrong one. We can take this right here, kind of shrink it down a little bit, make it skinny. All right, but that's what you can do. This is a little hard to play because it's a big boy. It's a big boy. Kind of hard to play. I mean, IMAB, that's a big boy too. Look at that, 81 million. But IMAB has got a catalyst. Rocket ain't got no catalyst. We got PHLT, 71 million. Stay away from that. We got RDDT, 9 million. That was pretty good. Look at this. RDDT. We had a run up. We had a micro pullback. We had a break of that. Where are you going to put your stop? You put your stop down here. Got a break of that. slowly grind it up. I mean, this is $185 stock, so I mean, what you gonna do? But hey, it's in there. Biggest movers. So your big boys are going to be in there. Like Rocket, your big boys are going to be in there. Like RDT, that's in there. No, Rocket RKT is not. That's $16 stock. That's easy. RDDT is $187 stock. That is a big boy. Can you make money off them big boys? Absolutely you can, because here's the thing. Even on a small account, you can make money. I mean, if we look at this, you take $185 stock times 100 shares, that's 18,500. If you're on the PDT roll, you got a $25,000 account. You got a $25,000 account, you got some leverage on there. Let's say you do 200 shares, you got yourself $37,000. You got 100, 200 shares that you can easily trade. If you got in on the break of this right here and your stop is down in here, so get on at 185, stops down here to 184.3. You got to move. Let's say it's 186, and it moved up here 187. It moved $1. It's already moved $1. It's already moved $1. You got 186. You got 188. It actually moved all the way up here. $2. So 100 shares makes yourself $200. About 200 shares makes yourself $400. So can you make money on the big boys? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, sir, you can. And can you make money on the EMA bounce? Absolutely. We moved up. Look what we got. Moved up, deviated from the non-EMA, came back down for a bounce. Get out right here. Where's your stop? Probably right here. That kind of looks like a 1 for 1. You got 184. So did you get $1? 180, 184.50. Go to 85 half. Where's 85 half? 85 half. You got 86 half. I mean, look at that. 84 half. 86 half is $2. 86 half is $2. So you got a $2 move. 100 shares. That's $200. You just made $200 on a big boy. So let's do the RDT. I'm going to make a RDT. I'm going to make a video of that. 1022, 1020. It's not, see, it's not always about these low floaters, and it's not always about these low floaters, and it's not always about these penny stocks, which I don't give a crap about them. Trading below $1, I don't care about them. I actually want something that's $2 and up. But this is the thing. This is the thing. Who cares about low floaters? You can make your money anywhere. Do I make money on low floaters? Yeah. Do I make money on big boys that got like 500 million float? Yeah. Outstanding shares could be 2 billion. I don't care. I'll make my money anywhere. I don't care. RDT. I mean, yeah. Bounce off non-EMA. Got yourself some money. Let's see. RDT, that would be an EMA bounce. Be an EMA bounce. Bounce. Got yourself $2. Got yourself $2. $2 on 100 shares. $2. $200. I mean, if you really want to leverage it out, you got yourself 100,000. Got yourself 100,000 leveraged account because you threw in $25,000. You got 4 to 1. Let's say you got. Let's say you want to leverage out. I mean, 500 shares at $1.85 is 92,000. Make yourself $1,000. Because you make, I mean, it was a $2 move. Make yourself $1,000. I mean, if you really want to bang it out. But with Lightspeed, they don't allow you to really leverage that stuff heavily. Okay, if you got 100,000, 25,000, got 100,000, maybe it's 25% you need, or maybe half. Maybe they'll only let you do half. I don't know. You kind of have to look at the level too, and it'll tell you how much you really need. You need 25%. You need 50%. You know, it'll tell you. Uh, I'll say you do 200 shares times $2. Obviously, you can do the math in your head. That's $400. But and people are saying, "Oh, wow, do big boys." Let's say you do 2 of them a week. Let's say you win some, you lose some. You know, let's say you do 2 of them a week, and you get yourself like $400. 52 weeks in a year. 400. I'm sorry, $400 a day times. Let's say you only trade 4 days out of the week. That's 1,600 times 52 weeks in a year. That's $83,000. As a software engineer, I was making 6 figures and living very comfortably in Washington, D.C. Not living there now because that's a crap city and don't like it, with a wife and a kid. Don't like it. For a single man, man, that place was awesome. It was fun. But yeah, I mean, you gotta take all that crap off your charts. Stop listening to these gurus. The battle is within yourself, not the charts, not the market. The market makers are not your enemy. All these liquidity sweeps and blah, 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 and all this and that. Do they do it? Yeah. Stop hunters, do they do it? Yeah. Who cares? Do you really think that the market makers and these big institutions are after you and me? Do you really think that? Because if you do, you're crazy. They don't give a flying crap about us. We're not even on their radar. We're not even on their radar. If you're trading 1,000 shares on a low price stock, do you think the market makers really give a flying crap about your 1,000 shares? No, no, they don't. You got stopped out because it was your fault and no one else's. When I get stopped out, it ain't nobody's fault but my own. I was the person that pulled the trigger. So if you're blaming other people because you're not successful, sorry to hear that. NAMM flatline. FDMT, we're not really doing much there either. A slight little move. It really didn't deviate. Like one deviation, FDMT really didn't deviate that much. What we got here? You know, I really need to update this instead of volume 1. And also, I need to get that aligned to the left. That's driving me right there. Maybe I can do that this weekend because that's driving me nuts. Maybe I can do it like 5-minute volume. Let's see what we have. 5-minute volume, add that up. Or I could actually do session volume. That is what I do. I can do session volume. So if it's pre-market, it's from 4 a.m. to current time. Add up all the volume that was traded. And then, because right now I'm filtering, it's done by the volume right here. I'm going to have it so where you can click on percent and sort it by percent, and then click on volume and sort it by volume. But that's going to be a later update. IMBT kind of tanked a little bit. Have here. AB is a pretty good mover. IMAB was a pretty good mover. 18 million shares. Yeah. We had a run up. We had a micro pullback. We had a run up right here. We had a micro pullback, a break of that, and got yourself some profits. Let's say you sold into here. Let's say you sold half right there. Had another little micro pullback, break of that. Stop loss is down there, and you had a nice move. You're done for today. A $3 stock. Be done for today. You're not going to get from here, here. You're not going to get that $1 move. But what if you got 10 cents here? And what if you got cents here? That's 30 cents. On 1,000 shares, that's $300. You can make a living off of that. Off of 1,000 shares, $3,000. You can make a living off of that. If you want $500-$600 a day, then pony up 2,000 shares. My advice is if you got even if you have 25, let's say you have $27,000 account, let's say 26,000, and you're over the PDT rule. You do not, and I say again, you do not come in here and say, oh, okay, I'm going to break this. I'm going to go in 1,000 shares, make myself $200, $300, $400 for the day. What if you're wrong? You get stopped out. You got 1,000. You get stopped out and you lose 300. Now you only got $700. You really only have about two or three trades. What if you're wrong 2 or 3 times right in a row? Now you just slammed yourself $1,000 below, and you just slammed yourself $1,000 and you're below the PDT rule. Now you got to be hyper focused on getting the right trade because you only got 3 of them that you can do within a week. So my advice is to go small. Go 100 shares. Go 200 shares. Go 100, 200 shares. 100 shares on like AB setup. Maybe 200 shares on A+ setup with a tight stop. Something like this. 291, you got a stop of 281, that's 10 cents. 100 shares. If you're wrong, $10. 200 shares, you're down $20. But let's say you got that 290. Let's say you got that 310. That's 20. That's 200 shares. That's $40. Does not sound like a lot, but what you're trying to do is build up your account so you can jump it up to 500 shares. And then if you're wrong 3 times in a row, you ain't got to worry about being under the PDT rule. You got to get these base hits and slowly build that account up. Get these base hits, build that account up, then start going in like 300 shares, 500 shares. And after you do 500 shares and you're building up that account, and let's say you're wrong. Let's say you have a bad week and you're wrong. Well, what you need to do is you need to just back off. Don't be saying, oh, I got to do 500 shares next week. If you had a bad week, something's wrong. You need to fix it. So you need to jump back down to like 200 shares. Build it up again. Build that confidence back up. And once you built it back up to the money you lost, jump back in 500 shares and keep doing that. Keep doing that. Before you know it, you're trading with 1,000 shares. Making yourself $200, $300, $400, $500 in a day. Before you know it, you're trading with 5,000, 10,000 shares. Is that going to happen within a month or two? No. I mean, it could if you're really good. But this is why you want your base hits. Base hit. base hit. Now look at it. Market's down. Who cares? But if you look at this, it was making higher lows, making higher highs on a 5-minute. So you're looking not to get this whole move right here, but you're looking to get base hits in that move and be a Momo trader. That's what you're looking for. You want to be a Momo trader. Momentum trading. That's what you want to be. Be a Momo trader. In IMAB, let's take a look at this. This is what was on our list. Now, RKT, Rocket, was on our list, but I kind of added that. But these three, let's say you only had these three. These three for today. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Because this is just my 1 minute. This is going to show at the light speed next week. But let's say right now I'm in limbo in between brokers. Right now I am moving out of IBKR and moving into Lightspeed. Lightspeed, man, their platform is fast. Oh, God, that thing's fast. Let's look at NAM for the day. It's 10:36. You should be done for the day. Seriously, you should be done. Oh, but I made $200. I want to make 500. Move on. Another day, another week. Before you know, you're down 100, and you're like, oh, I need to get back to 200. Now you're at break even. Oh, I need to get back to my 100, and now you're losing $100, $200. So you got to know when to quit. Those gurus ain't going to tell you that crap. Got to know when to quit. Let's take a look at let's take a look at 3 stocks. Let's say we only had 3 stocks on our list, and those were the top traded ones with high volume. So NAM 17 million. NAM 17 million. NAM was pretty good. Nice volume. So let's take a look at 9:30 when it opened up at 9:30. Oops. 9:30, as you can see, volume kicked in. There was really nothing. It was below the 9 EMA. I don't even go long below the 9 EMA, to be quite honest. Oh, we got nothing. We had nothing. Okay, let's move on. FDMT. Did we get any micro pullbacks on that? Looks like we did, but let's go back to 9:30. First 5 minutes, you sit on your hands. Look at that. First 5 minutes, you sit on your hands. What I'm seeing is a whole bunch of wicks. What I'm seeing is a whole bunch of wicks. Below the 9 EMA. Okay, right here. Now we're trending upwards on the 9 EMA. We're trending upward. And we got a little run up. We got a little inside bar right there because the high, the low, little inside bar right there. What you can do is you don't trade that right away. You're looking at the break of this right here. You're looking at the break of that right there. You got to look at 5 minutes. You're trading right there at that time. What is that time? That time's telling me we had a wick down. We pushed it up. We got buyers pushing it up. The volume, selling volume was kind of high. We're below the session VWAP. So you got to be quick with your profits because could it come up to the VWAP? Sure, it could. But right now, that would be telling me, okay, be quick with your profits, sell half, move to a break even. As soon as I get 10 cents, sell half, move to a break even. Get a little bit of money to take your profits. Are you going to get a 1-to-1? Who cares? 2-to-1, 3-to-1? Who cares? We're trying to get these winners because even if you're 60% accurate, make money. So higher highs, higher lows, that's good. So if you get in on the break of that, let's say you get in on the break of 535, 545, 545 is right up here. Boom. You can actually sell half, move to a break even. Did it come back to the break even? Let's say you got 536 and right here, the low was at 535. So you got stopped out. You sold half, you got stopped out. Okay, that's fine. I mean, 1,000 shares, let's say you got 10 cents. Let's say you got 10 cents on the 1,000 shares, maybe like $5. Okay. I mean, so what? Move on. You got yourself a little base hit. You're building confidence. You're building confidence. That's what you're doing. Building confidence. Okay. So FDMT, we made a little bit of money, but see here, and here's the thing. I know people are saying, "Oh, $5, that ain't nothing. I could walk the streets and probably find $5." Yeah, you probably could all day if you tried all day long. Who knows? You can sit out there with a tin cup asking for money and get $5. But here's the thing: if you can make $5, there's absolutely nothing stopping you, but capital maybe. There's nothing stopping you from, and if you got a PDT rule, you can trade 5,000 shares. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from taking a $5 and making $50. It's all about the share amount. And if you can make $50, there's no reason why you can't make $500 on the trade. It's all about the shares. And you got the volume. And you got the volume on there. Right here, you're trading like 50,000, 100,000 shares. Okay, 50,000 shares. Yeah, you can get in and out pretty quickly with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 shares. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're with a decent broker, sure. Okay, so this was a very, very base hit. That was like a punt and run to first. In a baseball analogy, a punt and run to first. But we didn't know it was going to stall out. It could have ran all the way up here. That's why we get a little bit of profit, move to a break even. Get yourself a little base hit. And it's a Momo trade, momentum. There's a 5 minutes moving up. It's a Momo trade, momentum. So let's move on. FDMT. We only had 3 of them. IMAB. And then all of a sudden, IMAB shows up. And what do we get? We got this right here. Higher highs, higher lows on a 5 minute. That thing is smoking. We have a run up right here. We got a little micro pullback with a bull flag right there. Boom. We get in on the break of that. Boom. Get on 572. You got out at 582. You made yourself 10 cents. Let's say you got out, let's say 10 cents. So you got 10-cent move right here. Okay. Let's say we got 0.10. Okay, 0.10 right there. We got 10 cents right there. And then let's say we got 10 cents and we just sold it all. We didn't move to a break even, we just sold it all because we're trying to build an account. And you just sold it all. Okay, so we had another micro pullback. I had a bull flag. Had another bull flag right there. Get in on the break of this candle. I would say the break of this candle right here. You can do a starter right here. Break of this candle right here. Boom, break of that candle at 292. Let's say you ride it all the way up to here. Let's say you ride it all the way up to here. You're not going to get the whole move. Let's say 292 all the way up to 320. So 292, you got yourself 28 cents. 28 cents. 28 cents, you got yourself 38 cents. Let's round it off to 40 cents. So you got yourself a 40-cent move by doing 2 hits. Batter up. Hit 1, hit 2. On the 5 minute, higher highs, higher lows. Let's say you walked away with 40 cents. The FDM trade was blah. That was blah. But you walked away with 40 cents on this trade because it was on your list and you're watching this. On a 1 minute, you're watching this. And on a 1 minute, all of a sudden you're seeing this thing move up. It's above It's above the VWAP. It's riding the VWAP. It's riding in the non-EMA. That right there is telling me right there in this area, right here in this area, that is telling me VWAP. It's above. Bullish. Non-EMA sloping upwards, even on the pullback. Bullish. You got yourself in, you got yourself out. Your stop is down there. Another flag, it didn't pull back. Another flag, get yourself in, get yourself out. Got yourself a winner. So let's say you walk away with 40 cents. 40 cents. You walk away with 40 cents. Let's say let's round it up to a $3 stock. $3 stock. Let's say you're trying to build an account. You're building an account, and you built it up so where you can trade 500 shares. Okay, it's a $3 stock, 500, not a $300 stock, $3 stock, 500 shares, $1,500. Okay, so you're putting up $1,500 times 40 cents. 500 shares. 500 shares on 40 cents is $200. So $200 small base hits. $200 on small base hits. And it started at 10:08. It ended, let's say, at 10:18. Within 10 minutes, $200. So now you got $200. Now what you can do, let's say on this 10-cent trade, let's say you're doing 200 shares and you make 10 cents. Okay, that's $20. Make 30 cents, that's $60. I mean, you just made 40 cents. 40 cents, 10 cents here, 30 cents there was 20. We kind of rounded up. We got 40 cents out of this by doing a couple hits. You got 1,000 shares, 40 cents is $400. What you want to do is the next day, let's say you're only doing 500 and you made that $200. And you made your $200. Let's say you made your $200. So the next day, let's say you did this. It's Friday. So then Monday you turn around and you're like, you know what? I had a pretty good day. Instead of going in 500 shares, I did 500 shares. I did a pretty good day. I think I can risk $100. I'll still be up 100. Or maybe I want to look for an A+ setup. Boom, I got an A+ setup where the risk is low. Where you got right here 291, 281, 10 cents on 1,000 shares, that's $100. Then boom, just made yourself 20 to 30 cents. You made yourself $300. Boom, right there. You only risked half of your profit you made on Friday. This is how the game is played. This is how the game is played. I'm going to be putting together a video this weekend about all this. Because I am a B, and it all started at 10:08. You actually, it probably, even if you did the EMA bounce right here, EMA bounce, stops down here. Whoops. Let's say you did the EMA bounce and stops down here. Because that right there is a little. I think we already went over this. That's a little too much. 253 to 260. Let's say it's a 10 cent stop. I mean 10 cent stop right here. You're in. Let's say 262. Got a break of 272. Right there, you just made 10 cents. You can add to your position. Let's say you're trading 500 shares. You go in 500 shares right here. Go in, add to your position. Now you can add right here. You can add 500 shares. So you're in 1,000 shares. Your cost average is down here. So as soon as you get this little pop right here, you can shift B and move to your break even, and you're not even risking anything, and you got yourself a nice pop. Sell a quarter, you got yourself a pullback, you get in again. Let's say you sold half, 500 shares right here in this small little pop right up in here, and you go in another 500 shares, you're holding 1,000, now your cost average down here, and now you got yourself a big win. But normally you only trade with 500 shares. But you got in down here. You got in right up here. Cost average is right down here. Get yourself a pop. Or you don't even add to right here. Get yourself a pop and then add right here at 1,000 shares. Cost average is right down in here. Got yourself a nice. What I'm trying to explain is very simple. It's very simple. If we were wrong on this trade, you get out. When it's dumping, you do not cost average down. That is the most idiotic thing you could possibly do with this stock. That is the most idiotic possible thing you could do with this stock. It's not a low floater. It's 81 million float. It's not a low floater, but that is the most idiotic thing that you cut your winners quickly. And what do? You get in and you add to your win. And your cost average is a free trade. You just do shift B to break even. Self a win. You do not add to your losers. That is the most idiotic thing that you could do with this type of trading. With Momo trading, you want to add to your winners. Cut your losses quickly, add to your winners. When you add to your winners, you will see, when you add to your winners and move to break even, when you're in a trade, and you have something like this set up, when you're in a trade, let's say you only get right here and you're in a trade and you sell half, and then all of a sudden it breaks and you're like, I'm already holding some, so I'm just going to add and get my cost average down here and move to a break even, and you get something like this. Two trades like this a week is going to massively help your trading account. Massively help it. If you are trading under the PDT rule, something like this, when you add to your winners and you do let's say you do 2 round trips in a day, within one trade, you've already done 2 of your 2 round trips, used up 2 of your 3 round trips. This will massively get you over the PDT real quickly. But you got to cut your losers quickly. I don't care if you're in the PDT row, cut it. Second one, cut it. Third one could be something like this. It will massively put you above the PDT row if you keep playing the game like this. So that's all I have. I'm going to make a video about that this weekend. I will see you Monday, 7 a.m. Monday. Hopefully we will be with Lightspeed. Also, I'm going to, this weekend, I'm going to put together a video on Lightspeed and how I have my chart set up. I'm going to just go ahead and get a demo account of Lightspeed. I'm going to show you how I'm setting up all my charts and how you can set it up, how you can set up the hotkeys. It's going to be like a little maybe a few, 2 or 3 videos just to show you, hey, this is how I'm setting up the charts, and then another video of hotkeys. So you know how to set that up. Monday, join me, 7 a.m. Let's try to get some winners like this next. Later. Do 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 do. Stop streaming. Later. Bye bye.